On February 3rd of 2013, Jadin Robert Joseph Bell would be taken off of life support. This was after he hung himself off of the play structure at the local elementary school in the area he lived in Oregon. He was just 15 years old. Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Liz, and today we're going to be talking about a very sensitive subject of a very young LGBT member, Jadin Robert Joseph Bell. He was just 15 years old when he died. Now, he was intensely bullied in person and online because of him being homosexual. He was also a member of the cheerleading team at La Grande High School in La Grande, Oregon, or La Grande. He was a sophomore in high school. Now, on January 19th, this is when he went to the elementary school and he hung himself. He was kept on life support from January 19th to February 3rd. This is due to the fact that he did not immediately die from the strangulation of the noose that he tried to use. He was rushed to the ER where they kept him on life support for that amount of time. Now, there was a spokesperson for the OHSU hospital in Portland that announced that Jadin Bell was taken off of life support. His death was widely reported in the media about the effects of bullying and what it has on the youth of the LGBTQIA community and gay bullying and gay bashing. The Huffington Post, Salon, Oregon Public Broadcasting, The Raw Story, GLAAD, PQ Monthly, and Pink News, and many other news outlets and media outlets reported on his death. The media also reported that his suicide had been stemmed from the bullying he endured because he was gay. Now, Jadin's father fully believed that he was hurting so bad, and this is just from the bullying he had at school. Yes, there was other things that were happening, but ultimately, Jadin decided to take his life because of the bullying and for not being accepted for the way he wanted to be and the way he was, which he was a homosexual. He just wanted to be accepted by his peers, and his peers could not accept him, which is the ultimate downfall in our societies because people don't accept others. His father, Joe Bell, ended up doing a cross-country tribute for Jadin. He planned to walk across the entire United States within 2 years to spread awareness about bullying and the effects it can have. Unfortunately, his father resigned from this and from any position he had at the Boise Cascade, and he helped launch Faces of Change, or Faces for Change, which is a nonprofit anti-bullying foundation that ended up speaking at high schools around the United States. His father would end up saying that not doing anything it's just not right. It's not acceptable. And those who do nothing and watch are just as guilty. When you say something and when you are a part of something, standing up for something, that is acceptable. Now, unfortunately, Joe Bell would start his walk throughout the United States on April 20th of 2013, but unfortunately, he would be killed halfway through his journey. He would be hit by a semi-truck in Colorado on October 9th of 2013. He would be pronounced dead at the scene on US 40 when the authorities arrived. Now, the driver of the truck, his name is Kenneth Raven. He was charged with reckless driving because he may or may not have fallen asleep behind the wheel and ultimately killed Joe Bell. This entire case and his father, so Jadin and Joe, was adapted in a 2020 film called Joe Bell. Jadin was portrayed by an actor, Reed Miller. Like I said, this is a very sensitive subject because of how young he is, and I wanted to include his story in this because it's not just one age group this affects, it affects all age groups. Jadin Bell was just 15 years old when he decided to end his life. This can happen at any age. And it is very hard for me to discuss things like this due to personal things that have happened with people I know when it comes to this community and them may or may not having, still being alive. So what are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you think about this. I would love to start a conversation when it comes to prevention of suicide, when it comes to young teens in this community, and not just young teens, people of all ages in this community. What this world is already struggling as it is due to what has happened today with the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Like, rights are up in the air right now when it comes to many different groups. And if we can't just come together and be equal, there's going to be more bullying, like what happened with Jadin Bell, like what happened with many more people that I'll be discussing or have discussed, like Tyler Clementi and Charlie Howard, and stuff that could easily be prevented if they had the right support around them. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about this, and I'll see you guys in another video.